You're here because you have a mean streak. Maybe you're here because you're tired of the defensive metas in this game, making your experience not so fun. You want to turn the tables. No matter the reason you're here, you could yell at me all you want. It doesn't change the fact that this is the most toxic offense you guys can run in Madden 24. We're going to be talking about the Singleback Wing Slot. Now, I know what you're saying. We've seen stretch alert bubble all year long. It's not just stretch alert bubble. The truth is that the most toxic version of this offense is in the Buffalo Bills offense. Now let's get into the AP you'll want to run for this offense. Starting off with the offensive line. Because this offense is going to be a rollout based offense, you do not need to worry about having crazy blocking abilities everywhere or spending any type of AP. My recommendation is to go with as many free secure protectors as possible because your quarterbacks can be on the run. You don't have to worry about sheds up the middle. Now, speaking of the quarterback, let's get into what I would recommend. Now, the best quarterback for this scheme is going to be Lamar Jackson, his AKA 99 overall card. Now, don't worry if you don't have 2 million coins to spend on this card. You guys can make this stack that I'm going to break down for you without some of the bells and whistles. But the key components that you're going to want are going to be starting off the roaming Deadeye. This is a ability that when you're on the run with a quarterback, you're going to release the right trigger and it's going to give you a perfect throw on the run. This is going to allow you to quote unquote glitch all your throws on the run to hit those corner routes on the sideline. Now with this Lamar, you're going to also have the Truz, aka Cruise. This is a permanent no fumble ability. He cannot fumble to a hit stick. It has to be a strip animation. You guys are also going to be stacking this with his Master Tactician for Hot Route Master, faster hot routes on the fly so you can play at a warp speed, and Playmaker for when your quarterback is on the run and you want to ad lib. Now, in terms of the rest of this, I would recommend Gift Wrap. This is going to allow you to highball. This is going to allow you to not have crazy drops in the middle of the field. And he also comes with a free evasive. If you guys want to run this on another quarterback, I would recommend Bo Jackson. Load him up with the Hot Route Master, a velocity ability. Also, make sure you have the roaming Deadeye and gift wrapped. That's going to cost us 7 AP out of our 9. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Eric Dickerson out on the field with his Angry Runs. As you guys know, Angry Runs is auto broken tackles. He also gets a free human joystick. He also gets Energizer to refill his stamina. And he's also going to get the jukebox. So anytime you juke and you make someone miss, you get more stamina. You're going to have more wiggle with the human joystick. And then my favorite thing in the game to spend that extra 1 AP on is actually reach for it. For lack of a better terms, it's kind of going to make all your ball carrier moves better. A lot of people think it's just for reaching for extra yards. You'll actually notice the pursuit of the defense is far worse with this ability. So that is my setup for the AP. All of it's going to go on the running back and the quarterback for this. Now, in terms of the rest of this, yak 'em up is key. I'm going to have a wide receiver for the bubble screen that is going to have a yak 'em up so he can break tackles after the catch. I would actually recommend having 2 of them, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show with 1. So I would probably have both my wide receivers with a AKA yak 'em up, so that way they can break tackles after the catch. Another item that would be wonderful for this is Darius Hayward-Bay. He gets with the combine item a yak 'em up that doesn't turn off. That's a really good ability, so I would recommend that for your wide receiver. While we're loading up practice mode, if you guys are enjoying today's video, some of you are probably enjoying the video. Some of you are really mad at me, but that's okay. I still love you for watching the video. Make sure you guys give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I do have much more tame content that isn't as toxic for you guys, I promise you. Most of what we do here on the channel focuses on countering stuff like this, but every once in a while we got to hit our wild side. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell. I'll be dropping a short later this afternoon, and we have our YouTube long form videos every single day. All right, let's go ahead and show you guys how we're going to set this up. What we're going to do is we're going to run the wing slot formation, as I mentioned, and we are going to make sure that we have basically these plays set as audibles. PA, Y cross flood. This is going to be a 1-play touchdown skinny post bomb that we can use with the rollout. The zone alert bubble. This is an RPO inside zone weak. We did a video just yesterday on the value of inside zone weak. That also has a bubble screen to the outside. PA boot left, which is going to have a nice quick snap option for a rollout corner for us. And PA post shot. This is going to be our cover 4 and also a cover 2 bomb. So naturally, starting off here with this play, we are going to be talking about the stretch alert bubble. We don't have to spend too much time on this. This is probably the most common RPO that you guys will face in the game. With this particular play, we've got an Angry Runs running back that will break tackles. We also have a bubble screen that we can throw at any time to the backside, catch a block, and then get an instant broken tackle. that can serve as a potential one-play score on a layup style throw. This particular play is hands down one of the most annoying plays. There are still players 6+ months into the game that cannot stop this play. It's a foundation play for so many players. It's a crutch play for so many players. It's basically a last ditch play for so many players. Now, the really cool thing about this is that this particular play is also quite good because there are so many players that will man up their linebacker on the bubble screen, which is going to make sure that the left inside is open. And that's where our zone weak RPO is going to come into play. So with this particular RPO, you also have the bubble screen, but it's going to hit backside inside zone. So if they're ever taking the left of screen inside linebacker and manning him up on the bubble screen to defend that particular play on the stretch, you see him bailing out to the flat, that's going to tell you right away to hit your inside zone for this. And you see right there that, again, this is going to be a real pain to stop. Players that would normally play a true inside zone are going to drift into their coverage assignments because this is an RPO. So if you watch that purple zone and the hook zone on the left, you see that first contact is not going to be made until basically 4 to 5 yards downfield. If you have an angry runs running back, they're going to be breaking this tackle as well. Obviously right here in my defense, I have a lot of tackling abilities, but you still see bare minimum, we're going to be able to pick up 4 or 5+ yards and then break that tackle. The fact of having a stretch bubble and an inside zone bubble together creates the issue of having to defend inside zone and outside zone together while defending the RPO. The most common way of defending the RPO is manning up the linebacker on the bubble, which opens up the inside zone. So you're going to be able to run both these runs quite easily, and that's going to open up our rollout game with our roaming Deadeye. So now what we're going to do is we are going to show you our first play, which is our PA post shot. PA post shot is a very, very good play against a cover 4 base defense. And why would you face a cover 4 base defense? Well, the reason that you would face a cover 4 base defense is because it has the best run fit in the game with both safeties downhill. But the problem is this is also a really, really good play when you have your twins lined up to the wide side of the field. We've talked about before here on the channel that a post route to the short side of the field from the wide side of the field, if it's a really, really deep one, not to be confused with say like a hot route master post, which is far shorter, we're talking about the stock one here on this play, is going to end up giving you the ability to bomb cover 4. So what you guys could do with this play is set up basically a drive combo. So this is going to be our route combo against a cover 4. And what we're going to be doing is using the in route to Tony Gonzalez to pull down the safety on the right, while our post works all the way over the top of his head. This is a freeform straight sideways. This is basically a 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock pass lead. Now, the cool thing about this is that if they're running a basic rush and you have all day in the pocket, great. We haven't even gotten to the part that's great about this because you guys are going to be able to set up your rollout meta. So if you want to, you could go ahead and slide protect and double team, and you're going to roll out. Now, again, with this, you're going to be able to throw nothing but blues on the run. And even if you get a dead eye inaccurate, you see right there is a crossbody dead eye, it just was too far for us to throw. It puts it in the perfect spot. So this is why you see a lot of these cornballs, and I say that again, tongue in cheek, able to kind of make this work is that, you know, you're going to be able to roll out on this quite easily and make these crazy throws on the run. So again, you see right here, look at how we get this blue. Even when we get an inaccurate, it puts it in a perfect spot against the cover 4. So in a situation where they're playing a 3-man rush contain, you're just gonna have all day in the pocket. But in some cases, you actually are going to deal with people that are going to be running a 4-man rush, and that's where you're gonna be able to hit your rollout. So that would bring us to kind of our next play here, which is going to be our PA boot left. Now, traditionally, when you're dealing with people that are, you know, running a 4-man rush, you are not typically going to notice that you could throw to the weak side of the field with a right-handed quarterback, but that's where our roaming Deadeye comes in. So what we're going to do here is anytime you guys want to run a rollout, you're going to slide protect opposite of your rollout side. So in this case, we want to roll to the left side of the field. We're going to slide protect to the right and double team the right of screen defensive tackle. Now, when the ball is snapped, we are going to run straight back and left to basically 7 o'clock, and that's going to allow us to get outside and throw these blues on the run. Blues are allowing you to get dead eyes on the run, crossbody. You're gonna be able to get all these crazy throws, and this allows you also to be able to throw some of these really gnarly back shoulder type throws that you might, you know, not traditionally get to throw against your body. So you see right here, like, oh, I don't want to throw the corner, let's throw the crossing route instead. And you see that you get a blue, and that's from the roaming Deadeye. If you guys don't use the roaming Deadeye, you will have to get your accuracy and placement meter correct and get your timing down. It's not too hard, you guys can practice it, but again, nothing too difficult here with this. You're just going to roll straight back and then look for your route. Again, I can throw this little blue, boom, hit Tony G. I've got a broken tackle ability. If it's not a tackler with a secure tackler or a tackle supreme, we'll break that tackle and we'll be gone. So this is going to allow you to kind of hit your rollouts to the wide side of the field, the left side of the field with this. Now, your next play that we're going to break down is actually going to be a cover 3 bomb. With this cover 3 bomb, we are going to be breaking down the play that is known as PAY cross flood. Now, this is designed again for a cover 3 style defense. My recommendation would probably be to run this to the short side of the field from the wide side. And all we're going to do on this play is put a corner out and then maybe give yourself a flat, maybe give yourself a running back curl in the middle of the field, and we're going to be rolling to the right. So with this, we're going to slide protect to the left side, and we're going to double team the right of screen defensive tackle, snapping the ball, rolling out, outflanking the defensive end, throwing your free form down. There's your blue, there's your rat catch. And again, potentially a broken tackle on this play that could end up turning this into a 1-play score. Now, if you guys want to with something like this as well, you guys could maybe set up a skinny post bomb where you could run a streak in the skinny post. I'm not necessarily a fan of Moss running this. I just think it's such a far run for him. But you guys could set this up out of the double post as well with kind of a similar approach. You see right here, kind of trying to stretch the field. You see right here, I'm trying to throw this blue, but again, depending on whether or not they have match on, you don't necessarily want that outside third on this. But again, you see the throws are always going to be accurate. This is kind of the key with this particular play. Now, another thing you guys can do with this play is use the crossing route to Tony Gonzalez on this play to kind of make the safety in center field kind of sit tight, opening up a little bit of an earlier window for your post route. In this case, you would use the corner route to the right bumper tight end as your pull down route for the outside third. So again, snapping the ball, doing your rollout, and you're going to see here, this opens up this little pocket. Again, it's a very, very simple throw. The other thing that's really cool about this as well, if you're dealing with a cover 3, is if you want to, you can also put the X receiver on a post. And this actually does a crazy job of making the third that is on the left side of the field actually kind of suck over the middle. So in this case, we're using Randy Moss to pull that outside third on the far left. And this is going to open up the throw to Tony G. So again, we're rolling out. Look at this wide open, freeform it up. Now we're rat catching. This is against the grain. We use our Jurtle. We get our broken tackle, potentially another 1-play score. So you see how dangerous this throw is going to be with a yak 'em up style tight end as well. The one thing that I would say this particular formation lacks is probably the deep corner to the tight end side of the field. So with something like this would allow you to even maybe use X on a backside in route. Again, you're still always on these plays going to be slide protecting opposite your rollout and double teaming the D tackle. With this, you're going to have your rollout corner. So you're going to see here, I'm going to be able to get out wide. I'm pulling down the outside third. I'm throwing the free form, got our dead eye ability. Boom, easy throw right here. So you guys have got rollout corners to either side. You've got rollout glitchy crossing routes and skinny posts. Typically the skinny post is the route that most of these schemes, in my opinion, tend to lack. But I would say that that's honestly the thing that maybe the Colts book or the Philly book or the West Coast lack, is the ability to use the B receiver and the inside tight end over the middle more. A lot of people just think it's all rollout corners and stretch bubbles, but this playbook actually gives you a lot that you can talk about with this. Again, you see right here, look at how this bomb sets up out of this PAFL dive, and now we got Tyreek wide open on something that, you know, most people think you're rolling out, hiking, and just looking to throw to the corner route. Now all of a sudden you got these rollout bombs all on the fly, and that doesn't even begin to talk about the fact that we really at any point can still take off with Lamar, with him having the Truz X factor. That's a passive ability. Now all of a sudden I can make, you know, any throw I want. I could take hits. I could juke in the open field with this. This is truly why this is becoming the most toxic scheme that you're going to see online. So I know a lot of you guys hate me for this. That's all right. I understand. See you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.